podcast, guys, of the wonderful, beautiful Maverick Nation. Welcome to something I decided that can replace the whole Naruto Giratina thing, because this I find a lot creepier and a lot more deserving. Plus, past this day, and you're only going to have like 6 more weeks of September, and then voila, month of spoopiness. So that's why I put the channel banner up early. Ain't this just gonna be a beaut? Ladies and gents, what if Naruto was the Moth Man? Fresh new morning, but a nightmare without trying. You can hurt me, never thought you'd lose me. Or I won't sacrifice my life for time without a tonight I will fight destiny bond. Let you see. To take all your glory, run me into your all my story. Make a move on me, I'll be your me down, drinks on you because you're coming with me. Just for you, go ahead and try to hurt me, unfair me. I won't sacrifice my time without a price. Tonight we'll fight destiny bond. I will be the first you see inside me. I'll be the one to take all your glory. You wrote the end to your own life stories, and your destiny too, 'cause you're a messy tonight. Take your love because you're coming with me. Yes, so that was the lullaby version of Destiny Bond by Kiwi or something like that. Just getting into the atmosphere of things. Sister got me this shake. Now time to get into some ridiculous dark shit. I'm talking Crown Fiend or Clown Fiend, whatever you call. Like I'm talking Crown Fiend, like the shit he does. Maybe he still does. Maybe he doesn't anymore. But I'm talking Crown Fiend, like dark ass shit. Actually, stuff I wanted to kind of do with a Giratina, what if, but now I guess you could say finally getting to realize it. Just now, kind of getting back with the swing of things with the whole Mothman. What if I plan to do here? What if Naruto was the Mothman? And if you know about the Mothman, you know about the crazy shit revolving about around the Mothman. You know, like the people in the black suits with the sunglasses every time he pops around. You know, shortly after. Like shortly after that, people in like weird stuff keep on popping around, you know, telling people to stop asking questions, you know. Like the Man in Black MIB. And good God, like Point Pleasant, really? You have to haunt the one place that has like the most unsuspecting of names. Point Pleasant. Like Jesus Christ, that is ironic as hell. I mean, that shit takes the cake for me. I think the only thing worse than it is like the Curse of a Tuck, especially considering what the movie was supposed to be about. Like Jesus, I think the only thing that takes the cake more than the Mothman of Point Pleasant being the shit with like the script to the movie that never really got officially released. Freak a tuck. Like good God. Like at one point, like the role of like the main actor, like the main dude, was even given to freaking Sam Kennison. And do you know how loud that guy can scream? Like Jesus. Like you must be really desperate for giving that shit to Sam Kennison. Like damn. Anyways, yeah, I think that's the only thing that can really come back to like the freaking Mothman and how like irony was like the curse of a tuck, which is also an just like also an equally as interesting topic to talk about is the curse of a tuck. But I get into the Mothman because we actually have more than just like a synopsis basis to go off of whenever dealing with the Mothman. Like, we got a plot synopsis when considering the movie, a tuck. But with, well, freaking. The Mothman, we just go off of freaking sightings and what happened after those sightings. Like, Jesus. I didn't know the Men in Black were involved in that shit. Like, Jesus, man. By the way, so many people keep on calling him Moth Man. You know, a bird-looking creature. Why do they call it the Moth Man? Anyways, I don't give a shit. And so, yeah, just to let you guys know, it's gonna be dark as hell. This whole thing. What if Naruto was the Mothman? And yeah, well, let's just see how that people will deal with that. Let's just say we're gonna go from the very beginning. You know, sometimes it's good to spread the message of certain legendary cryptids. You know, get people in the know so that they aren't stupid and try to hunt it down and get killed because of it. But sometimes things are better left unsaid. You know, Hashirama and Madara, whenever they were building the village, I just say, whenever Hashirama and Madara were doing their own thing and Tobirama was being a racist, dude. Like, Madara and Hashirama doing their own thing, their battle. Let's say after the battle, like, short time after the battle, like, Hashirama ended up dead. Tobirama, not long after Hashirama's own death, did not plan to see some sort of, you know, weird people coming up to the village. You know, not exactly like doing anything, just moving around, not talking, not saying anything, just moving around, doing their own thing, regardless of not having any papers of entry, mind you. They just got in, and the gate guards, like, they didn't even know that these people were here, except for, like, seeing them off in the distance, and now they're in the village. Like, how the hell did that happen? Like, did they get beamed up? Is Marvin the Martian now controlling the Enterprise? Oh, no. No. It would disrupt his, like, view of Venus. So he had to blow that shit up. You know, it disrupts his view of Venus, so he would have to blow the Enterprise up. But, like, serious shit here. Serious serial shit here. Like, just these people just popped straight in, like, they coming out of the woodworks, ghosts and shit. Tobirama, he'd pretty much be able to do whatever because, he'd just have his shadow clones do his paperwork. Yeah. Very responsible leader here, guys. Just have his shadow clones do his paperwork. The God knows, Harrison could have used help with that. Anyways, Tobirama wanted to get rid of the threat, personally. But once he would get down there, they would have disappeared. Like, literally. No, and none of the civilians or the shinobi would have actually realized it happening. No, it would literally be like blink and you miss it. It disappeared. So, yeah, like, Tobirama was just gonna file in that shit for later. Like, doesn't need to cause, like, panic in the mass populace. And basically, like, Tobirama's thought process here. Don't need to make anything any more crazy than it already is. After everything, like Hashirama and freaking Madara doing their own thing. Yeah, so don't really need to make anything any worse. And so, as Tobirama would have passed on his teachings to Hiruzen, and Donzo would be doing his own shit. Because, he would have been mad. He would have been petty as hell. And so Hiruzen ends up doing his whole thing because, in Tobirama, shit, Tobirama, he ends up dying. And basically, somewhere around the same time that, Tobirama ended up dying, not long after, like, everybody had gotten done grieving and shit, Hiruzen, like, somewhere right outside his office would have seen some shit going on, like, people just popping into the village. Just popping in. And then popping out at random. Like, as soon as he got there, gone. And the gate guards wouldn't even known that they were there to begin with. They would have just seen him off in the distance. Then they were in. And then whenever Hiruzen got there, they would have been out. Just like with Tobirama. And so he would have gotten the file from, like, Tobirama's whole case thing. And basically, have been like, if this happens again, you need to do something. Like, get the freaking fire daimyo if this shit happens again. Because I assure you, it already has. That's why it's even written down here. Because it already has. During my reign. Like, whoever I name as my successor, if this happens again, freaking, if you have to, get the freaking fire daimyo. Get like, if you feel that you have to, like, get the fire daimyo and his samurai and, like, the Ambu, and, like, this shit is crazy. Like, this doesn't need to happen a third time. However, regardless of anything, the freaking fire, the monks at the fire temple, really, they kind of just wave Hiruzen's, like, Ambu that he sent out. They kind of just wave them off. And, the Ambu tried to get in more serious business mode. But then the samurai come out, and they wave them off even more. So, yeah, and basically the Ambu have to come back and be like, we couldn't even get in a meeting with the fire daimyo because we were just waved off like we were, like, kids at the grown-ups table. And basically, Hiruzen gets pissed at this. He's like, this is some serious serial shit. What the is wrong with ya? Like, dude, we're like, nah. This shit needs to be addressed. And then basically, whenever he finally is just like, out of my way, like, all the samurai and all the freaking monks, it's like, out of my way. Like, this shit is getting addressed right the now. And basically, he's just a fire daimyo and his family, and he's like, I was like, shh, don't come out yet. And here's like, fire daimyo, like, Lord Fire Daimyo, so I'm like, what the frick are you doing? And he's like, are they gone? I was like, is that thing gone? And Hiruzen ends up figuring out that something happened. He doesn't know what, because the Fire Daimyo doesn't even know how to explain it to him. Like, the Fire Daimyo doesn't even know how to explain what happened. It's just, like, it's kind of like the Fire Daimyo doesn't even know how to explain what just happened. He was just going on his merry way, like just somebody marrying off their freaking God knows who to, like, one of his family members in hopes of getting, political power of whatever sort. It's like, and they were just, like, coming back just from that and be like, yeah, whatever, and, like, and then all of a sudden they see this, like, dude, like, it must have been freaking legendary ninja, because they had no idea the majority of the time while they were coming back, they had no idea they were even there. And then all of a sudden, pop, like pop goes the weasel. They're just there, and the entire time, like after that, it's a really tense ride back. And then like the fire daimyo in secret kind of be like, get the freaking monks, you guys, the monks, somebody, just surround the place. I don't care what you have to do, just surround the place. I'm going to hide everybody, even myself, because that shit is crazy. Like the monks, the samurai, they'd be like keep people from entering in or exiting, if that was even possible. Like, and basically the Kage, like Hiruzen at the time, he's just like, wait, so what has already happened has just happened now? Oh god, I need to get back to the village. Shit. And whenever he does get back to the village, like the guards are like, it happened again, sir. Please don't kill us. Like, we're sorry, it just happened again out of nowhere. So it happened twice in the middle of Hiruzen's reign that these dudes just came out of nowhere, came in, came out, like, what the? Like, once while Hiruzen was there, and once while he was not there. And apparently, due to some, like, word from, Itachi while he was still loyal to the Leaf, they had actually gotten some very important documents. Very important documents. Signed by the first and, second Hokage. So Hiruzen is nettled. Like, very badly nettled. Like, he's just like, like, Hiruzen is just like, oh, this is bullshit. And this kind of gives him extra incentive to, like, Jiraiya, buddy Jiraiya, you said you were training somebody. I need you to speed up the process. Yes! The whole entire thing about Minato becoming Hokage and Orochimaru not becoming Hokage, there's even more reason behind it than, now. There's extra reason. Hiruzen did not want to have to go through this a third time. It's like, leave Minato to have to go through it a third time. I am sick and tired of this bullshit. And then the night of the Kyuubi attack happens, obviously, like, shit happens. And now Minato has basically faced with these dudes, like while he's doing the seal shit in Naruto, he kind of messes up and basically all of the Nine Tails is sealed in Naruto. Or at least he thinks that's what's happening. And then, basically. But then all of a sudden, like, both Minato and Kushina get knocked the frick out. And not only that, but Obito gets knocked the frick out. I was like, and they don't even know by what. And then all of these guys that were there, they freaking disappear. Again. Like, what the hell? Like, good God, like, what is going on? So, yeah, that's kind of part of what I meant whenever I said at least they think that was what's happening. Technically, Kurama is inside, but it's like the whole of Kurama. And something starts happening. Now, you see, there was like a good deal of a couple dirty secrets that Minato was, like, people believing that, he was an orphan. Technically not true. Because in this, Minato was not an orphan. Or at least by regular means. Of, what, the whole deal would have to be in order for you to be considered an orphan. He was an orphan, like, in, like, considering, like, human means. Like, he was raised by someone or something, but it was definitely not human. led to some pretty shady shit happening. It's basically, you know, the entire thing, whole reason, well, what's about to happen is what's gonna going to basically happen. You see, these things or whatever that basically raised Minato are basically the guys that have been pestering the Leaf Village for God knows how long. Yes, Minato is basically a byproduct of their shit. What they've been doing. And yes, in this they basically are going underneath the name Men in Black. But they don't really tell anybody that. And so, Minato was kind of like a project of theirs. The Namikaze, the whole clan Namikaze, is a total lie. It never even existed. That is just a lie that these Men in Black are telling people. Like, Minato's an orphan of the Namikaze clan. And so, seeing as the basically say, Minato's an orphan of the clan, they don't go checking for facts. Perfect way to just make sure nobody tries to check for facts. Just say that he's an orphan of the clan. And basically what ends up happening, well, basically, oh boy. It's something Kushina really did not like the idea of. Minato's last technical assignment from the people who raised him, for as long as they had before he showed up, being given on like the false name Namikaze. Because there are some memories that Minato did have of those people, and one of the last memory was a secret project which he has to basically do before the end of his life. That project basically being, this basically being creating a monster in order for them to kill that monster and basically not seem like a threat. If they kill a monster, who's gonna think bad of them or want to go snooping around if they think they're good people for killing a monster? That's basically the whole Men in Black's process, thinking process. If they kill this thing that many people think is a monster, they always have their do it. And other people that this dude that they thought was a clanless orphan actually worked for them, then nobody's gonna want to go for further questions. That's what they believe is the actual thing that's going to happen. But the problem is, the whole Nine Tails attack happened. That basically jeopardized plans, right from the get go. Because, Minato still does have the love for the village that was, installed into him. So kind of clashing ideals. And accidentally sealing all of it instead of just half of it, so the monster could still retain the form. And, basically having it in between him and Kushina. Basically, Minato was already probed so that the thing that would create the monster would already be inside of him. That would result in their child becoming the monster, regardless of what happened. Thing is, the Men in Black don't know about Biju. They're straight up, they're ignorant to their existence. Because they're not from this universe. These dudes are from a different universe that was destroyed due to some complications. And so they basically had to show up here. Because this is the closest thing that they could find to their actual world. And apparently those complications had to do something with this group called the Illuminati. Or the Freemasons, or whatever they're called. And one of their members did actually eventually end up saying something about a failed thing called the Moth Man ritual. Well, while they did keep records of that, they also ended up killing the guy because they thought he was insane. They only kept the records because, well, I don't know, good reading material while on the porcelain throne. Just as long as nobody ended up spouting some shit about, a Mothman. But it turns out that shit was actually, real. And nobody knew until it was too late. And so basically, due to the fact that Kurama is inside Naruto now, like the full of him, and not just the pissed off part or the nice part, like the full of Kurama, basically, due to like the clashing genes of like someone like created because of the use of like some shit having to deal with the Men in Black and an actual person, the kid would have actually died. But the thing is, well, plus also the probing, plus, basically what ends up happening is, well, because of everything extra that did happen, the whole Kurama deal, the child ends up surviving. Apparently the Biju chakra created some sort of stimulus within whatever the child was supposed to end up being. The monster. However, being, now introduced to Bijus and how all that shit works, just now, like, absolutely, like, right now, just now being introduced to that shit because of the Kurama attack. Yeah. This creates all sorts of problems. I mean, like, one of those problems being, Hiruzen is expecting to find a child where, Minato and Kushina basically lay dead. Lay dead. But he doesn't find anything except for their dead bodies. That's because whatever the child was basically flew off, and according to some still remaining records that Orochimaru found, basically killed every single last member of Men in Black. Killed all of them. Like in what basically seemed, or more or less. And then basically, later on his desk, basically Hiruzen found the child that he was looking for. Or didn't really know what child he was looking for, but did find a child. And then, some basic like residue that look kind of like feathers. But, here's a not really knowing what that means. I guess unless Itachi found him and laid him on the desk. Because dude has a thing for crows, I guess. And considering the child's looks, and considering Kurama, exists inside of him, I guess, like, the Biju chakra at first would kind of hold back, the stuff that makes, Mothman have the red eyes. So at first, kind of looked like Canon Naruto as a baby. And he would indeed, because of the full nine tails, have the whisker marks. However, what Earzen would kind of find really, weird, very weird, but like things that look like protrusions where something would come out from. Two of them on Naruto's back specifically. And even some muscle strain, where like it looked like his jaw would be like, like that. That should like some muscle strain there, like something was trying to be held back, and like his whole like eventual like fox grin would kind of also be trying to fight back against whatever was creating the muscle strain. And whenever basically the doctor, the one doctor who actually does, not give a shit about Naruto's whole problem he has going on right now, or at least that the villagers are aware of, and that is, I guess, a problem. Basically, a doctor, whenever, basically would, analyze these things and even further, like, analytical stuff in the future. Basically, as of right now, basically the doctor would be like, he doesn't know for whatever reason, like, unless he has some sort of form of scoliosis, he wouldn't really understand why there would be two things that kind of look like pseudo like protrusions out of his back. Like something was trying to fight its way out and into the open where they could see it come out of his back. Unless he had some sort of form of like pseudo scoliosis or some shit. To do with his spine. But the doctor doesn't think that's the case. And to do with basically anything going on with Naruto's eyes, or more obviously, like the whole thing that looks like, some marks like around the jaw area. And that the doctor basically describes like that doesn't have anything to do with his fox grin that he developed. And that's kind of worrying. Like, if it doesn't have to do with that, then what the hell? Ow. Shit. And, about the eyes, it always kind of seemed weird, Naruto's eyes. Like, and Hiruzen didn't know why. It always seemed weird, like the look of his eyes. He didn't really know why. Just this overwhelming fear of dread. Like, there would be Naruto, the Naruto look there, but then there would also be this feeling of dread. Like, and here's the, basically, they would have no idea why that there was that feeling there. And basically, the doctor, by the looks of everything, like, it looks like he doesn't really know either. And basically, whenever it came to, other shit, basically, the doctor would actually skip along to the topic of some sort of something to do with his chakra and chakra coils. It's also like there's something separate from the Nine-Tailed Fox inside of Naruto that doesn't know what these things are, like chakra coils, doesn't know what they are and like actually think that they're a threat to its own health. Almost like he gained some sort of separate symbiotic entity inside of him whenever the sealing was going on. Or already had it and doesn't really know what chakra coils are, or else it wouldn't, this wouldn't be going on with his chakra. Basically, like some sort of chakra X-ray machine. And basically, now here is in basically, like there would be the red chakra, obviously being the Nine Tails, and the blue chakra obviously being Naruto's chakra. But then there would be like something that looked like chakra, only the coloration wouldn't be red or blue, it would be black. And Hiruzen would obviously see what the doctor was talking about. It's almost like it's fighting. Like it would be black, and it would look like it was fighting against the already existing chakra coils, trying to make its own sort of like system to flow through. And here's when we'll be like, okay, what do you presume we do about this? Like, this is obviously not natural. And you would see that there were darker chakra like spots and then normal and the parts where he like was focusing on besides this, like the parts with like the protrusion looking things coming out of his back, and also the jawline thing, and the thing to do with his eyes. Like, near those areas, it would be a darker, like, almost like the chakra itself was evolving, or attempting to evolve into some sort of, like, stronger version of what it already was. But, obviously something or some things was keeping that from happening. And because of that, Naruto was suffering because of it. I mean, if he wasn't suffering, he wouldn't, be crying right now. And yes, he actually was. Like, nobody could get him to stop. Like, not even the stuff to, like, sedate, like, children would work. Instead, the doctor actually noticed that would piss him off even more. Like, it would actually be noticed, just like, he wouldn't just be wailing from pain, he would actually now start to get pissed off. Like, whenever they tried to sedate him. And so basically, somebody ends up creating some sort of sound barrier, Fuinjutsu, around Naruto to basically, people basically not have to hear him crying. So that the doctor could work more thoroughly. And the jutsu doesn't really do anything to the x-ray. All it really does is, now the x-ray can also sense the chakra from the Fuinjutsu. Like, around Naruto. And it appears as normal chakra. And then the black chakra actually starts to look like it's eating the Fuinjutsu barrier. Like, it thinks that that's trying to kill it. Almost like the black chakra has a mind of its own. Like it truly does. And that's whenever the red chakra would actually start to fight the black chakra. And basically, this would keep on going on until Naruto just ended up, tiring out. Like, he couldn't go on any longer. And just tired out. And so, over the years, Naruto would kind of just develop this overall pain tolerance. Like, he had suffered so much pain over just being a baby and having all chakra, like, to deal with. Like, he had just become numb to it, numb to the sensation of regular, things that would cause someone pain. And basically, over the years, there would be the people who would, look at Naruto and, with those glares and shit, and even people who would end up trying to hunt him down. But, it would really just prove, like, not worth it eventually, like, because people would, begin to very, like, soon, like, realize that it doesn't do anything. Like, Naruto doesn't react to, like, pain, like, what you would usually would call, like, cause someone, like, pain. And that's whenever one day Naruto would just be walking back from one of those routine beatings. People who really just either didn't know any better or did not care. And he would have heard a scream, like of a little kid, like they were being tortured. And Naruto, just because he doesn't really feel pain from his side, doesn't mean he would just ignore pain from like another person, unless he felt that they deserved it. And he noticed that the pain scream, it seemed to like come from the Uchiha, you know, residence. Keep in mind, there's like a time skip I'm doing here. Like yet another time skip. And basically, Naruto would just keep on jumping up and jumping up until he finally found his own perch, like on a really high up tree, like in the Uchiha compound, where he would just be able to see and hear, well, just barely, see and hear the whole thing going on with Itachi and Sasuke. In which, right before Itachi is just like, he's kind of in the middle of his mental breakdown, and like to Sasuke, it looks like it's about to like thrust right through, like into him. Naruto seeing this, he kind of just abandons all caution, like to the wind, that shit, and basically gets in front of it. And, Itachi would, realize the sound of metal hitting flesh, but he would realize the sound of it hitting flesh twice. Like, Naruto had tried to use his own body to protect Sasuke from dying, because even though he was one of those Uchihas, he was still a kid. And, kids have all their lives to live, and, that shit. Naruto's already hated by a lot of people, so who would really care if he, died? At least that's what he's thinking and feeling right now. Itachi, whenever he had realized he was basically so entranced in his little persona that he was about to kill Sasuke, just now realizes Naruto jumped in front, actually believing that like Itachi was really about to kill his brother. Basically went in there to save him, and now both of them are impaled through on his own freaking ninja tool, like katana. And basically, Itachi just now breaks down even more and starts crying. Like, loud crying. Intense crying. Because he didn't want Sasuke to die. You know, if anything, he was only putting on the act so, to get Sasuke to actually have motivation to hate him. Even more than already probably would have. If he just let it be. Itachi doesn't even know what to think anymore. And Naruto, surprising Naruto, and eventually Itachi, he didn't feel pain. And not only that, but Sasuke's still alive, he's still alive, and Itachi is now crying on the ground like after all of that shit that he did, and about the fact that he was about to, he probably kill like his own parents, and like basically vice versa, like Sasuke's parents, since he was his big brother, his niece and basically killed their parents and was about to kill him, Sasuke. And now this guy has the audacity to cry? You son of a... Like, Naruto just is like, you have the audacity to act like you actually fucking care? After that? And he will just yank the ninja tool out from his body, toss it aside, after hitting Itachi in the back of the head with a blunt end. Basically hitting him in the back and like smacking him in the chin all the way up into the air, slamming against the freaking wall after he just like went all the way up to the ceiling and then going down, slamming into the wall, and now Itachi is like, fuck, ow. And Naruto's like, you have the audacity to act like you damn well care after everything? You bastard! And then just... Naruto would notice that Sasuke was kind of leaking blood over here. So he basically realized that no matter what he tried, he couldn't really bandage up the blood. And so he just started, basically not really ready to give in to his own emotions and start crying like a bitch. As the blood was going down his face, he really wouldn't understand why, but, after all that shit, basically, his like, mouth would kind of be open agape, and so it would cause the blood to trickle down all the way into his mouth, through his tongue down and inside of his mouth, like that. And once the blood was in there, started doing the magic, basically Kurama feeling like there was like this second wind of whatever this creature with the black chakra was. Like it gained some sort of second wind. I had its first wind to even begin with. And now, whatever like Kurama was trying to use to like suppress this thing, like it's almost like its power just like negated completely as this thing just gained its second wind, and now was like purging like its inner being from itself and all the way through Naruto's already existing chakra coils. Not really trying to fight, but realizing Naruto's like true nature starting to pour out from him, and mixing in with that true nature, eventually becoming one with the chakra coils, both of Naruto and of Kurama, entering as like a second set of chakra coils for Naruto to use due to the seal. And because of this, there's not only like this thing's chakra through Kurama, like set of chakra coils for Naruto, but Naruto's already existing chakra coils now have this thing going through it. Like, it's chakra. And now Naruto's, starting to realize he's changing. And he likes what he's changing into. almost kind of like, Spider-Man and Venom, how there was like that addiction there, like the black suit. It was like Peter was trying to fight an addiction. Like this is kind of like black suit for like Naruto. It's like his black suit, his addiction that he's giving into right now, and he's really starting to like the feeling. Even though he feels like monstrous, it's like it's a good power he feels. A righteous, all commanding power. And, Itachi just looking up, seeing this, and he's like, where's Naruto? What the hell is that? You just seeing red eyes looking back at him, and this creature, which looks like some sort of freaking bird, but without a neck, just a head. Like, that's also a part of the body. And it has like a wingspan of like 10 feet each. Like, Jesus. And it's like, what the hell are you? You're not Naruto. What did you do with him? And, he'll be like, it's like I said. Don't act like you actually fucking care. You know. He's like basically be like, I was like, don't act like you actually fucking care. Uchiha Itachi. And then, it would just proceed to be like a freaking, like, holy shit. It would just be like Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, only on like a very like heavier scale. And basically, whenever by the time Sasuke actually wakes up, it'd be because it's like a thing started to feed some of its chakra through like Sasuke's own coils, disrupting the Genjutsu and the effect it was having on his brain, majorly helping with Sasuke's whole mental faculties. And Sasuke would be like, what's going on? What are you? And the thing would just look at him and be like, like it would just be like a bird, like. And basically, at this point, Naruto would just completely submerge himself into the form of the Moth Man. And just be like, fall asleep. And Sasuke would have actually realized, like, all the blood is kind of cleaned up from the massacre. Like, how long was he out? Like, how long was I out? For this thing to, like, clean up all the damn blood. You'd kind of see it twitch, and, like, it was like, I am not a thing. And Sasuke's like, wait, did you just talk? And the thing would be like, do you? Yes, telepathically. I think that's the word. I kept away from the ninja library a lot because. Oh wait, it's now beating it in my head. Hey, would you like to talk to him? He's a big old furball. Hello, furball. I think someone would like to talk to you. You know those eyes that you said you hated? He has them. And Sasuke's like, wait, what? And then you just hear Kurama be like, oh, like freaking have like he's like pissed off as hell. And basically, like he'd be like, Naruto, don't you dare leave me. I was like, and Naruto be like, wait, I think we're breaking breaking up. I think we're breaking up. I think beep beep. Like Chrome would actually be like, "Damn it, he hung up with me. I'll try again." And it would be like, "Damn it, Naruto, I will ride your ass with this one." And basically, you would just hear, "Oh my," and then Chrome would be like, "Damn it again." If you don't get what I was referencing there, then you surely do need to watch more Deep Four Star. And Sasuke is like, so you can telepathically talk with the. Wait, you said his name Kurama? And also telepathically talk with me at the same time? Well, you don't want me to call you a thing, so what do I call you? And basically, Naruto would just be like, oh, I don't like my old name. It brings back bad memories. Even though it couldn't really hurt me, it didn't exactly act like it didn't hurt emotionally. Just, it didn't hurt physically. Not like it didn't actually hurt, like, emotionally, mentally. Mentally, I only got stronger, I guess you could say. Emotionally, though, kind of a bummer. So, I guess because of what I look like, I really don't want to be referred to as something that poops in your face if you're outside too long, dead from exhaustion, freaking training. So, something. Oh yeah, I think I got it. Mothman. And Sasuke's like, Mothman? And Naruto just starts to get in close and be like, Sasuke be like, oh, yeah, the Mothman. And he's just like, how exactly do I convince the village and all that shit about you? And Naruto would just be like, you don't have to convince everyone, just a select few that you actually trust. Oh, and I actually really don't care if they, actually care or not that I'm gone. For all they need to know, Naruto is dead. The Mothman lives. And Uchiha Itachi can go suck one, rolling in his damn grave. So yeah, well, basically with me around, you're not exactly alone. Oh, and yeah, it kind of surprises me too how fast I was able to suck up all that blood. Tasty. La la la. So, wow, I never realized how small I was. And basically, Sasuke just like, I think I admit that may just be the form. And we, aren't you just gonna turn out of the form? And Naruto's like, I think this is like one of those things where I don't have to if I don't want to, and I guess I can just stay that way. At least that's what it feels like. I actually mastered the ability to not have Kurama listen into me if I don't want him to listen into me. And yes, that's the actual name of the Nine Tails, Kurama. Kind of forced him to tell me after a while. Man, giant freaking nine-tailed fox that can destroy things with just a flick of its tails. And he's afraid of that. Or more appropriately, should I say she? Actually, now that I say she, kind of would make sense why they'd be afraid of that. And Sasuke's like, afraid of what? And like Naruto would just be like, well, I guess this will be another edge up that Uchiha clan have against Furball over yonder. He says he doesn't like sand because not only does it remind him of this thing called Shukaku, but it's coarse and it gets in everywhere. Zinga. Whatever he means by that. I don't know and I don't care. So, yeah. Man, why do I have to be so damn small? And Sasuke's like, well, if you plan on staying like this, Moth Man. Or should I just call you Mothy? And Sasuke's like Naruto just gives him that look like, as long as no one else gets any bright ideas, sure, you can call me Mothy. And Sasuke's like, so sensitive. And again, it kind of would make sense considering how small you are. Say, Mothy, you want to learn how to fly? And basically, Naruto will basically just be like, learn how to fly? What the hell are you talking about? And basically, like Sasuke in no time would have basically be on the roof of his house, and basically like doing the whole thing like everyone's done this at one point in time. Like hold someone up over the rest of like, like circle of life, like that shit. And he would just be like that with Naruto, and then he would just finally let go, and Naruto would be like, ah crap, I don't think I'm ready for this. And so it would just be several times of like trial and error. Even whenever Naruto like pretty much got the whole flying thing down, it would still be pretty grumpy. That is until it would smell something and be like, what in the world is that? And Sasuke's like, finally a use for this. I never really understood why Grandpa got me this for my birthday that one time. But I think I might have just found the perfect use for it. See? It's a dropper. And no, Naruto's like, dropper? Oh, what? That smells amazing. And he's like, nom 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 nom. What do you have in there? And why does it taste so damn good? Like, I thought only ramen could taste that good. And Sasuke would just look at him and be like, well, not only is it not ramen, but it's actually good for you. Like, really good for you. If my estimates are correct. And basically, Naruto would just be like, huh. And basically, it's like the next day. It's like Hirozen would come over to like Sasuke's house and be like, Sasuke, I would have expected you to be, unconscious. Compared basically what Itachi did. And what is that what is that? That you're petting and it. What sound is that? I was like, it's like, and basically, Sasuke would be like, no, Mothi, no, that means they're sleepy. No, wake up, you had too much sleep already. And, like, Kirsten would just be like, wait, Mothi? And, yeah, basically, Sasuke would basically just plain out say, like, it's short for Moth Man. Because apparently this guy's gonna get a lot bigger. At least he should. From what I can already tell. And yes, he does know how to fly. And basically, in order to show this, Naruto basically starts flying and then he flies into the end. It's like, I'm falling and I can't get up. And then just Sasuke has his hand on the dropper. I was like, boop. And it's like, get me up. Dang it. Not only did I not get it, but I slammed into the cage. And the Gearzen's like, wait, it can talk? But it's not moving its mouth. And Sasuke's like, yeah, it can talk, but only telepathically. At least that's the word it used. Like, he used. And Naruto's like, you got really close there. I am not an it. And basically, over time, a Sasuke fan club would arise. Good old Sasuke fan club. Donzo doing his whole thing. Like, he would want Sai to, like, spy on, Sasuke. And so eventually, whenever it came time for the whole Genin thing, like, Sai would be on the team. Well, at least that would be the case. As until, basically, the day that everyone's supposed to be meeting up. Everybody, like, where the hell is Sai? And basically, here's the one pop up with the cage that had a Naruto in it. I should be like, apparently, something happened involving your pet here. And basically, Sasuke realized that Naruto looked pretty content within his cage. Like, usually that doesn't happen. Like, usually he doesn't ever look this content. Like, what the hell did he do? And Yearson's like, something happened, apparently. And apparently it's because of this little guy here that, like, basically, why Sai isn't showing up. And basically it turns out that Naruto actually managed to find a way to get out of the cage and basically pull some Alfred Hitchcock's, like, the freaking birds shit on him. Like, freaking peck his eyes out. Like, he could sense some shit was going wrong with that fake smiling bastard. With the freaking ninja tool. And not only that, but apparently, according to Hiruzen, dude ate the ninja tool. And basically, Naruto speaks telepathically to the point where everyone could hear. And basically, it's like, yeah, well, at least this ninja tool could have given me indigestion. Not even his eyes did that. I mean, just wow. I mean, I didn't know fake smiling for all of eternity made your eyes that damn like didn't taste like shit. Basically, like picture the most bland thing ever. Like, and Sakura is just like, what the hell? And basically, Kakashi's like, well, you could be a stand-in for Sai. I mean, you live in the same place Sasuke lives. And Naruto would be like, no, I live in a cage, which apparently now I do remember how to get out of. Okay, let's do this. Bang! And basically it's like, I'm free! And Sasuke's just like, he turns the one Tomo Sharingan on and be like, now get back in. And Kakashi's like, no, Sasuke, I think it would be better if he was out of the cage. And Sasuke just looks at freaking Kakashi. He's like, I don't think you know what he can do out of the cage. Like, he's scary enough in the cage. I don't really want to know what he can do outside of the cage. Even though Sasuke already has a good idea, considering what he did to Itachi. Being that damn small. Just like a little tiny little baby chick. Like just being that damn small and being able to do that to Itachi. And apparently Hiruzen was not aware of this, that apparently this little guy, the one like Sasuke calls Mothy, apparently is the one responsible for Itachi being deader than the freaking doorknob. And like Hiruzen's trying to debunk this shit, like, then why did I not find the body? And you know, you just be like, there'd just be this tapping on like the side of the bridge, be like, okay, how long is it gonna take for them to figure it out? But yeah, Naruto accidentally voiced that out loud in like telekinesis, like Link. He accidentally like did that out loud, and now Hiruzen and Kakashi are looking terrified at this tiny little bird-looking dude, and Sasuke is just like inside, like laughing his ass off, like, wow, not only did you kill him, but you ate him, piece by piece. Like, what exactly was this exactly? And Naruto basically be like, actually, not long after I figured out how to get out of the cage. Because you know how they say that, you know, cheese is supposed to ferment? And like that one dish, which is just really looking disgusting. Like, larva? Like, it's like bug cheese. Like, what the frick? I'm never eating that. Like your little bird treat things, whatever they're made out of, are way tastier than whatever that shit would be like. Like, Jesus. And I mentioned that only some people choose to take the bugs out of the cheese. Like, bleh. Like, bleh. No thank you. Not in a million years. Though, I must indeed say that whenever compared to that Sai, Itachi didn't taste any better. They both taste like spoiled tuna. And if you're wondering how I know what spoiled tuna tastes like, I mean, he just looks at everybody and be like Hiruzen would be like, he knows what spoiled tuna tastes like because of the trash. Damn. Just another way he failed Minato, like having Naruto go through the hard life. And, you know, Kakashi would just be like, Oh, Naruto, I wish I could have helped you. And basically, with just that statement alone, Naruto's like, damn it! They know who I am now. Sasuke, we were supposed to make this not happen. And basically, Hiruzen's like, wait, whoa, what? Wait, I was the only thing that in theory you're actually Naruto. And basically, like, yes, I'm Naruto. Shut up. It means you too, Cyclops man. Am I part of this team or not? Because Mr. Spoiled Tuna douchebag definitely isn't now. And Sakura would actually kind of laugh at that. Spoiled Tuna douchebag. It's like, oh, fake smile and all sorts of sadness. Not really sure if any of that was actually genuine. So Itachi did not taste any better. So, yeah. Basically, here's when we'd be like, so Naruto turned into that, and wow, just wow. And then Naruto would be like, ah! And everybody would be like, oh god, is Naruto dying? And Sasuke's like, no, I actually think this is another growth spurt, probably. And I was just like, well, it actually doesn't help with the fact that it does feel like I'm dying. Like, damn it! Why does growing up always have to be so painful? And basically, whenever he's done, like, doing his whole thing, he basically looks around like a good, like 1.5 Naruto's at the biggest, like 2 Naruto's tall. And I'm not talking like at the age like the Uchiha massacre actually happened Naruto. I'm talking like end of like part 1 Naruto tall. Like 2 end of part 1 Naruto's tall. And big. So yeah, this big dude. And Sasuke's like, wow, we're gonna need to find another place in the house. You know, you. And damn, is it gonna be hard to find a cage. And Naruto's like, screw the freaking cage. I have a freaking need for a bedroom after all this shit. Like, Naruto's angry. Like, he's just like, Jesus Christ, that hurts. And so, like, dude's like, okay, so what the we doing? And basically, Kakashi's like, my own special way of evaluating all your skills. Though, I must indeed elaborate that you're most likely going to fail. A little thing I like to call the bell test. See these 2 bells? And he's like, wait, where the hell do they go? And Naruto's like, Sakura, Sasuke, catch. I was like, and dude's like, as big as he is, I should have probably been able to see him take those. What the hell is going on? And then Naruto would just turn around and be like, dude, simple, you got punked. Apparently now that I have this body, I can also actually very successfully pull out genjutsus out the ass. And basically here's in Kakashi are like, huh? Huh? What? And basically, like, they're like, Kai! And they're just like, what the shit? That was a genjutsu? And Naruto's like, I even decided to give it a name. I call it the Genjutsu Art Get Punked no Jutsu. Considering that's basically what I did to both you and the old man. Yeah, I technically know where you keep your, on the go stash, old goat, old monkey. And basically, here's his like, oh, there it is, my storage scroll. And basically, pops out, there's a scroll like, okay, now, trace over. And he's like, to Harrison's absolute shock horror, it's empty. And basically, you just see Naruto like, good God, paper tastes terrible. Especially pressed paper. Like, good God. And basically, Kakashi realized also, his special area where he keeps all of his, grown up material feels especially light as well. Like, what the hell? And he checks and is like, they're all gone! My precious! And so basically, he just took all the ichi that Hiruzen and Kakashi had on themselves, all ready to go, all on their person, away from them, and ate all of that shit. And Sasuke's like, wow. And Sakura's like, wow, Naruto, you went from a little shrimp to like my favorite person just now. And basically it's just like and Sasuke's like, oh, you guys want to dodge that? I think he's trying to hawk it up. It's like, and all of a sudden you'd be like, oh my God, Lee, your flames of youth. And Lee's like, Guy Sensei, your flames of youth too. Diminished. Like, hear them both like yell, diminished. We need to find any way to like further fan our flames of youth. And like basically they would all just hear like something incredibly dark come from Naruto. It was like, choke on it, assholes. Yet they all like Kakashi and Hiruzen would also feel that was kind of also directed towards them as well. Like, not just towards Guy and Lee, but also towards them as well. It was like, and Naruto would even find a way to like do like the glowing red eyes thing and be like they would just be like, oh, now they know it was towards them too. It was like, Jesus. And he's scary whenever he does it. And Naruto's like, oh, so I wasn't scary already? Good to know. And then he would just grab Kakashi and throw him over there and be like, Kakashi, my eternal youth and rival, my eternal rival. And Lee's like, Guy Sensei. And Guy Sensei is like, Lee. And basically Lee's like, Guy Sensei. And Guy's like, Lee. And Kakashi, all you hear from Kakashi is like, Kai was like trying to spell it, but it wouldn't work. And there'd be a sun set and freaking waves crashing and like, he's like, Kai. It's like, Bob wouldn't go away. And basically, Here's then like just silently would just try to like run away. I was like, and Naruto's like, oh hell no you don't, and I just pop right in front of him. Like he'd be able to use like some sort of like feather sunshine and just pop right in front of him. And basically, here is and we'll personally get to figure out straight from the get go, you know, which is basically it's like wham, and basically poof. And basically, on all the way on the other side of the village, like some lady would be doing her gardening and shit, and it just like poof, like straight into like a freaking bird bath, like break it in two. Here's him will be like, what was that for? And then you would just hear like the Ricola dude be like, you down no know what is hell was that was freaking for? You big old liar. And then here's and just for a second there would actually begin to register and be like, oh he knows. He knows. Oh no. Oh no, that is not good. That is very bad. He freaking knows. And basically, Sakura and Sasuke, like Sasuke would just be like looking, and Sakura would be like, "What the hell's going on?" And basically, Sasuke would kind of explain, "Well, basically, Naruto knows why he's called the Fox and Kyuubi battle, whatever. Basically, the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi, but also basically named Kurama. He knows the name of his tenant. He isn't the Fox. He's actually just, it's kind of warden, in a sense. And on top of that, apparently, the Fox told him that this whole, shit, that shit over there, that was implanted in him from day one of conception, conceivancy in his body. That's why there was a third chakra, like a black chakra. That's basically this form right here. And basically, another reason why he doesn't really feel pain is because he does. Every second of his life. Apparently. Further increased by, these, growth spurts. So, basically... Basically, Naruto explained to me that, every second of his life ever since he was turned into this, the only thing that he has ever felt in terms of touch is pain. So yeah, and apparently he has a feeling that the only way that's gonna stop is either if they get somebody like Tsunade on the job or he dies. So yeah, whenever you used to punch him, yeah, apparently that's not going to do much because he already feels pain every second, every millisecond, every picosecond of his life. And apparently, one of the only things that actually distracts from that, truly distracts from it, is, causing that shit to happen to others in whatever way he can. And also, he apparently gives off this strange aura of, crazy shit. Like, because it just gives off this aura like he got the dog in him. Like, that's what Naruto told me. Something about a dog. Like, he got that dog in him. And he was wondering if I had the dog in me. I don't know whatever that's supposed to mean, but, you know, here lately it seems like Naruto's been trying to see about that. And Naruto would just be like, I explained it as thoroughly and clearly as possible, simply as possible to you. How simple do I need to make it? You got that dog in you. Or at least I'm trying to, like, think and see if you do. Like, I don't know, like, if the whole Genin thing, like, changes you or something. Wait, I think I might know a way. Sasuke, look, there's a Tachi over there. And Sasuke would just be like, dude, not cool. And he's like, and for that, you just punch him in the face. Like, and Naruto would just be like, wow, you already said that you knew I wasn't going to feel pain from getting punched in the face, even by Sakura of all people. And you can punch harder than her. I already know that from experience, trust me. You've done it before, remember? And Sasuke's like, wait, that was a test? And, like, Naruto's like, yeah, and apparently you still got that dog in you. And Sasuke's like, wait, the whole dog thing, is that what you were one time calling, like, the Black Air Force energy and shit? Yes, not only is this going to be really dark, but it's also going to be really hilarious. Like, dark comedy up the ass. Back to the story. Basically, Sasuke's like, is that what you call those, like, Black Air Force crap? And Naruto's like, well, that's a part of it. And Sasuke's like, a part of it? Like, what the hell? And Naruto's just like, yeah, but I'm like a unit. You may be trying to initiate for Black Air Force. You might be trying to get that dog in you for good, but I am a unit. But I am a unit, and you know how I know I'm a unit? Well, it's quite simple. It's already been said. I can't feel pain because I feel pain every day. I've already been through the ringer enough times to be considered a Black Air Force unit. Like, beyond a menace to society. Beyond a total, like, fugu, like, and shit. Like, I am beyond that. I am beyond the Black Air Force. I am a total force. Like, the personification doesn't even get close to me. Like, or do you want to try out? Get your initiation done and good through and over through and what that shit entails. Like, you wanna get initiation? And he would just be holding his finger out as he said it, like, initiation. Like, and Sasuke's like, no thank you, I'm good just being, here. Not dead. And Sakura was like, what? Well, how bad can exactly, this initiation be? And the next second, like you just cut to this screen that says intermission, and then you cut back and Sakura's face is in the dirt. And they're like bleeding like several different ways to Sunday. And Naruto's just like, wow, didn't even last a picosecond. Apparently she has she is in no position to ask for initiation. If she is that weak. And Sasuke is just looking at this like this N-word is crazy meme. And so yeah, basically, Naruto's just trying to see if Sasuke's got that dog in him. You know, trying to see if he's one in on that initiation. Because, dude right here, right now, he is a total unit. He is the Black Air Force. Is what he's basically trying to say. He is the Black Air Force. And Sasuke is just trying to get into initiation without even knowing it. And considering he just like dodged that completely, like by like, no, I'm not I'm not in the mood for initiation right now. He's just proven he's just like another like soft ass looking N word. He basically just proved that he's just a little soft ass N word. And basically, Naruto just like, yeah, continue being a little soft ass N word. I know you. I know you. Just kind of crawling back to me. And we'll see who the real Black Force is. Black Air Force. Oh, I am the unit. My little N word. I am the unit. I am the Black Air Force. So don't even try me. You know, Kakashi and the current Hokage, they a bunch of soft ass N words too. So yeah, I believe it's clear who truly runs this shit. But then again, I should just leave the legal shit to, you know, the politicians of the ninja world. The freaking Yugas. Their freaking scary ass eyes. They need to learn I'm not playing. Apparently, only one of those people actually knows that I'm not playing. And it seems the person who knows that is actually a pretty big cutie herself. Like, call me smitten because, whoo boy. It's like, you know, the entire thing is just like, wow. Like, as, like, Team 7, 8, freaking, like, 10, all going in for, like, freaking missions. And, you know, just in passing, like, like, Team 7 sees Team 8 in passing. And basically, Naruto's found out a way to control his appearance. Basically, you know, but still be able to live with Sasuke, so, you know, like, keep his mental faculties in check. The both of them need each other. If it's not apparent enough, the both of them kind of need each other in order to, like, stay remotely sane, and that goes for the both of them. Just in passing, you know, like, Naruto just sees that very one, that very one who, you know, he kind of remarks as, you know, just might have that dog in her. Just might be able to get through the initiation. Like the initial initiation. And apparently, she got the name Hinata Hyuga. And so the whole entire thing, as they're basically passing by, Kurenai is like going on offensive mode, like in secret, well, as much secret as she can keep from Naruto, regardless of what form he's in. Now that he's like embracing the whole, Moth Man thing, which is zero secret, because dude is like full embrace, but still, the ninja form, just cause ninja. He's just like, cause ninja. And basically, so faster than Kurenai can even do anything. Naruto's done put the moves on her, and now he just gotta wait. Just gotta play the waiting game, just see what happens. Like, just see who's gonna make the move first, because, see who. Play a little waiting game. He's already planted the seeds in there. Now all he has to do is wait. Because if one thing that Naruto's made us sure is that with his little words that he dropped there, like, the one who's gonna come to who, she's gonna come to him. That's one thing he made us sure of. But first of all, they have to, these candy-ass missions, get them out of the way. Or, just wait for Sasuke to lose his shit. Like, because Sasuke does kind of lose his shit, like his patience with this shit. And Naruto's just like, claps for you. Like, Jesus, man, the Jesus. Good Lord. Like, almighty, It's just and the whole thing goes as pretty much in canon, like, with the whole Zabuza thing. Zabuza and Haku. And, the Demon Brothers. The Demon Brothers just get snatched out of the sky. They don't even get to get close to Kakashi. They just get snatched out of the sky. And they don't even know by what, because as soon as they get snatched out of the sky, they get eaten. And then Naruto just like, oh, hey guys, what's up? Like, what's up? Like, here, Naruto here, like, repping Team 7 as the Moth Man of the group. Moth Man say, what? And basically Naruto, like, throwing the kunai, like, in between, like, his three fingers, like, and it's like, lands in the grass, and, like, he just goes over there after, like, sniffing, like, huh? And like, yes! He just goes over there, snatches the rabbit, and be like, wait, you're not the right color for a rabbit. You've been kept indoors. That must mean. Freaking substitution jutsu. Okay, who has the balls? And before Kakashi can even tell anyone to dodge, Naruto just snapped, like he just, like, return stroke his entire body 360 degrees and grabs his sword, then reverse 360 degrees, smacks someone with the flat of it, and that turns out to be the person who was going to land on the blade. But he just got return stroke smacked by the freaking flat of it, and he just lands on the ground in a heap, and it turns turns into water, and so Naruto's like, oh, so it was Jesus who was the ninja that we were. Wait, we weren't after ninja. Wait, you said it was a C rank. The old man said it was a C rank, actually. Well, that wouldn't have been the first time that he lied to me, but whatever. Water under the ninja, actually. Water under the ninja, now that I think about it. Like, this guy, like, water in the ninja. Or is he, like, that shit, like. And then all of a sudden, somewhere like somebody tries to pull some judo moves, like with some kick. They're like, whoa bam, and then Naruto catches like, yeah, oh, so you do got the dog in you, sir, Mister like Kakashi. I think someone's trying to copy your look. Either that or you're copying someone else's look. Oh, wait, oh, thank you for the black book, Kakashi. Kakashi's like, Naruto, that is the freaking what the? How did you even? I didn't even see you move. And Naruto's like, ooh, so this is the bingo book. Oddly enough, there's nothing involving bingo. Oh, there you are, sir. That looks like you. Mamochi Zabuza. Oh yeah, well, you want your sword? Here you go. And he just gets smacked upside the face by the flat of the sword. And just like, Zabuza like goes like, boom, like bang. And then Naruto is just like, that's for disrupting my view of Venus, asshole. And, Zabuza would just basically be like, you brat. Normally I would be ecstatic to fight Sharingan no Kakashi, but you. And Naruto would basically, oh wait, so that's what's behind there? That's what's behind there? Oh, sure. Wow. Sasuke, I think someone's trying to imitate you and your clan. Well, wait, the rest of them are dead. Okay, I guess someone's trying to, like, but, oh man, Kakashi, you petty as shit. Like, he's like, Naruto's like, somebody, like, Sasuke, you better move. You don't want to catch this man's petty. And basically, Zabuza's like, shut your dirty ass mouth, cat. Like, boom. And Naruto's like, catches it and be like, oh yeah, would manage to catch a fly there. Oh, wait. Fly. Somehow does not taste as bad as dead corpse. I'm starting to learn more and more that I do not like tuna. And then he just like throws up as a blade attached, like just like he's like yesterday's trash. And then just walks over to the dude and is like, man, dude, you're really starting to become a problem. I'm gonna have to kick your ass. Or more probably me kick your ass. And Zabuza's just like, oh yeah, well that was a water clone. And then just like come from the side. And like Kakashi would be like, yell like Naruto. And Naruto would be like, block it with his freaking thing. Oh yeah, well Kakashi, I don't need you being a backseat fighter. In fact, I don't want to catch your petty either. So, yeah. Just catches onto his arm and freaking fireman's carries Zabuza onto his knee, like, brace his back! And then just like grabs Zabuza's sword that he ends up figuring out from just like the scent of it. He's like, oh, it's just the Kikori Bocho, I think. Oh, the Executioner's Blade. Ooh, la la. Why do you have it? You sus. Like, all you've shown here is that you're sus and can make water versions of you. Like, that's sus. So very sus. And he's just like, so what to do with this baby here? Well, I'm not sure. I'm sure as hell not leaving it in your hands. And basically, Haku comes from the freaking top rope, and she's just like, it was like, funk, funk, like freaking Senbon, and Naruto's just like, let me eat that shit up, like, nom 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 nom. Haku's just like, what the shit? And then Naruto goes like full on freaking Moth Man, and just like give me a hug. And breaks Haku's spine. And Zabuza is just like convinced, like, this kid is a monster. I am out of here. Like, dude gave Haku a hug that not only broke his spine, but split him in two. And, like, Naruto reverts back to himself and is like, but what about your big old thing here? Like your judo skull knife thing here. And, like, Zabuza's like, you can f***ing keep it. And then Gato comes around with his thugs. And he's like, Zabuza, you made me come all the way out here. And basically Naruto's like, oh, actually, I think I might have found something to target. And basically, be just like, yes, I'm doing this. And Kakashi's like, what do you mean, you're doing what? He'd be like, oh, yes, Gato, this is a JoJo reference. And Gato would just be like, wait, what? And then all of a sudden, you'd hear just, Sawarada! And it's like, choo 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 choo. It's like Naruto would be like, that seemed very enlightening. Dude is just like Naruto, he's just thinking, what do I do in this situation?
Bye, butthead. Did you drink your milkshake?
Yo guys, this is my sister Alicia.
Hi. I'm leaving.
Mwah.
Bye, I love you.
I love you too. Well, that was a short cameo. Like Naruto, like would freaking revert back to his normal self, as normal as Naruto is right now. He's just like, picks up the Chikokuribocho or whatever the hell it's actually called, and just like, and while time is still freaking frozen, somehow he does it too. And also Haku, even though dude's already dead. And also to every single last one of Gato's freaking minions. In and outside of his base. And then he just was like, time resumes. Boom, 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 boom. It was like, all that shit. And basically, everyone just sees as heads just start rolling. And Kakashi's like, Naruto, how the hell would you do that? And Naruto would just be like, remember what I said about this being a JoJo reference? Well, let's just say Jotaro is not the only one who knows how to steal from the ultimate of all generational haters. Ha ha! Reference made. I guess we can all safely say that, well, actually, I'm the only one who can really say this, considering I'm the only one who really understands what I'm about to say right here. Mission success. Respect. It's like the freaking, like, GTA 5 music start playing. And basically, Naruto would just lopped off the freaking. He would have just taken the Chikuriboto or whatever the frick, and he would just like have it over one of his shoulders and basically like strapped to his back that way. And he'd basically just be like, ah, yes. Now one step closer to being complete. The ability to mess with time and a giant ass sword. Looks freaking cool, by the way. And basically, Kakashi's like, wait, what? The ability to do what? And Sasuke's like, okay, 1 second I thought I had you figured out, Naruto. Now I am like completely lost again. Not only are you a Moth Man creature thing that you can choose to be and you can choose not to be, or at least majority of not to be, and not only do you not feel pain, but you also can freaking mess with time and freaking giant ass sword you just lift like it's nothing. And basically Naruto's just like, oh, I'll explain to you guys about the whole time thing and why this sword doesn't really reject me. Well, I guess it's self-explanatory, considering Zabuza is no longer alive. And I did lop off his head while time was paused. Well, for everybody basically except for me. In the general area. And then basically, whenever they eventually get back to the village, Naruto would indeed explain that, how he kind of has the ability to stop time. It's kind of also how he knows about the whole Black Air Force thing. Basically, he explains, as he was, like, looking up all the, dead Uchiha blood, even Sasuke's blood, he basically got all the genetic shit from their Sharingans before they died. Or at least what they would have become if they hadn't died. actually tried training. And this basically ended up, with the adverse reaction of Naruto becoming God Mod. Because, on top of what was happening already, kind of, the whole Uchiha juices kind of ended up mixing with, like, the whole Moth Man juices that was already inside of Naruto. Giving it, like, its own, like, unique new identity. It's like this new thing within him that basically was him. Basically, now he's basically a meme lord. Not only that, like, he's a time lord, a meme lord, and he, like, knows all about the Black Air Force shit. He's a master at whatever weapon he wants to be a master at. Like, regardless of whatever kind of weapon it is. Like, if he is, like, if he is or isn't in the possession of one already. And not only that, but any, power he can think of. It really seems that his, like, body is more cryptomatic than anything. So basically any power that he can actually end up thinking of, if he, actually thinks of it, he has to, like, visualize it first in order for him to be able to think of it and, use it properly. Thing is, he just can't use the ability off the get-go. He has to actually have trained with it. Which means he has used the time stop before. Like both Jotaro's and Dio's version of the time stop. And, time, whatever he wants to do with time. Like, there's even some possible evidence to, like, basically assume that he might also have some, like, time abilities from Hit. But, just like, assumptions, pretty much. Basically, like, the blood just overran his entire system. And the only thing left standing was, just whatever was left after the war was over. Like, the war of his entire body. Like, so basically his entire chakra just rewrote itself in order to be able to keep up with everything else that was going on. And so he basically became an entire new person, like whatever he wanted to be. He rewrote himself. He became the ultimate version of himself. Or at least what he would feel was basically the ultimate version of himself. He rewrote his entire existence. However, just because he rewrote his existence doesn't mean, like, his previous existence doesn't still, reside somewhere. Because apparently, his previous existence, his previous self, he actually lets live inside of him. He even talks to it. Whenever he doesn't want to talk to Kurama. Or Sasuke or anyone else. And there is also the thing that he basically mentions being that his, like, existence is actually slowly, like, beginning to eat his previous existence and absorb everything of it. So basically making him stronger and stronger until there's nothing of his previous existence left. except for who he is now, or would eventually become. And once that happens, oh my god, another growth spurt, and then, like, God save us all. Praise the Lord, because God save us all once that happens. And basically, around the time that, he gets back, Sasuke's pad, he starts being like, ah! Like, Jesus. And basically, drops to the ground. Whenever he eventually wakes up, he's like, Sasuke? And Sasuke's like, yeah, Naruto. And he's like, I think it finally happened. I'm finally all of me. And Sasuke's like, oh shit. Like, this is, oh my god, this is definitely, I gotta tell somebody this. Like, get them ready for the ultimate and W, T, and F. And so, yeah. Leaving it off here just now as Naruto has made what seems to be either his final or close to final step in evolution as the Moth Man. By absorbing his previous life self into him. But the reason why I said, like, could be or couldn't be, like, it could possibly, like, be, like, another step in evolution that could happen in the future is because nobody knows. Like, something could happen. Nobody knows. Just everybody knows now, or at least everybody should know now. Shit's gonna get weird. Anyways, Mugen Kuda Kosushido. Didn't work. Damn it. Well, that basically went that part out the window. Shit.